Before we get to our next tasting, we wanted to share that July is Sarcoma Awareness Month.
My son Jason was diagnosed with osteosarcoma at the age of 7, and after about a year of fighting, he passed away September 2016. He did get to have his wish fulfilled through the Make-A-Wish Foundation, which was to become a YouTube star. The link to that video is down below. He got to go out to California and meet some of his favorite YouTubers. That's part of the reason why we started this channel, as a little nod to Jason.
So this month, we'll be promoting a GoFundMe charity in Jason's honor. Any donation would be greatly appreciated.
Sarcomas account for very few adult cancers, but they're about 20% of pediatric cancers, and currently there's only about a 50% survival rate. So obviously funding and research is very much needed.
Again, any donation is greatly appreciated, and we appreciate your support.
Now, on to the whiskeys.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Eric.
And I'm Kevin, and this is Exploring Whiskey, where we will be sampling whiskeys from around the world.
Today's episode, we're going to sample another whiskey from the Buffalo Trace Distillery. Today was going to be the Colonel E.H. Taylor Single Barrel Bottled in Bond. Colonel Taylor is considered one of the founding fathers of the bourbon industry, and he also was one that pushed for the Bottled in Bond Act back in 1897. Back then, there was a lot of people getting sick from bourbon. He had a quality product. He wanted to make sure his product was readily available and nothing was tarnishing his image. So he was one of the ones that really pushed for that act to come into place.
So actually almost all of the E.H. Taylor line from Buffalo Trace is bottled in bond, except for the barrel proof. Every other bottle is bottled in bond. All the whiskey needs to be coming from one season, from one distillery. It is in a warehouse that is bonded by the federal government and monitored. It has to be at least 4 years old and bottled at 100 proof. Why don't we give her a pour?
Yeah.
I'll be a little more generous on that pour. Not too much. Got a little bit more left in this guy. So this bottle's also from New Jersey, where I bought it. I bought them both in New Jersey and traveled back with them. Made a bunch of little stops at liquor stores from traveling from one relative to another relative and found these.
Color, it's light, like
yeah.
The whole lineup seems to be very light in color.
Yeah. I wonder if they're staying really close to that 4-year age, because it's not picking up that heavy color from that barrel.
Yeah.
Not overly oily. There's just a little touch in there.
Not a heavy ethanol in the nose either. It's pretty smooth on the nose.
No, compared to the what? It's the other one. I don't know.
The small batch.
Thank you. Compared to the small batch. Yes. Compared to the small batch. Definitely not nearly as powerful on that nose. Very sweet. Butterscotch?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
At first taste.
Yeah, that's it's almost like a Werther's. There's a lot of butterscotch in that. That's actually a little surprising. I don't remember that. There is still 100 proof, so there's that initial burn when you first take that sip, but it quickly drops.
I thought the small batch was a very easy drinker. This is twice as easy.
Yeah,
it's really smooth.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Give that a nice little chew, and there's a lot of flavors in there. There is a touch of a pepper at the end. There's a little bit of a spice that comes through, which is interesting. This is the Mash Bill 1 from Buffalo Trace, so it's less than 10% rye, so you wouldn't think there'd be too much of that peppery note, but there's a little bit there.
I can't get over the sweetness.
It's a whole lot of butterscotch.
I haven't had this in a while, and I don't remember that. But wow.
Yeah, there's Yeah, and it sits there too. If you there is, like I said, there's a little bit of that pepper note, but if you you take that quick sip, and it just kind of sits there, like on the tongue, you get that just butterscotch. Like again, you're sucking on a Werther's.
I almost get a raisin. A little bit.
Okay, I don't have that. That's something you're going to get. Different people, different palates, different familiarities. You might have something that you have eaten before that you pull from your memories.
Overall, solid bottle. Again, like the rest of the Taylor line, it can be a hard bottle to come by.
Yeah, this is a very allocated bottle. They only come out a handful of times, and they're harder to find at the different stores. I think the MSRP for this bottle is $70, $80, $80?
Roughly 80. Yeah.
$80, yeah. Most of the time, if you're getting it for close to 100, probably not a bad deal.
Yeah.
I've unfortunately also seen this bottle for $129 in a store, and I was just like, it's good, but no,
not that good.
It's not. It's not worth almost double what the retail price is. So, but if you can find it closer to that MSRP,
it's worth picking up.
Very much a purchase that would be great to add to your collection.
Well, we appreciate everyone joining today. If you like what you heard and you want to continue to learn more about whiskeys, please hit that like button.
And while you're down looking at that thumb, why don't you hit the subscribe button and as well hit the bell. That way you get notified every time we put out a new video. And thank you very much for watching. Cheers.
Cheers.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. All right. It keeps getting better.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Post-credit take.